Okay. There we go. Now we're live. My goodness. I was having some serious technical issues. I also want to see if I can go live on YouTube while I'm here, or on YouTube, Instagram. We're already live on YouTube. Friends, I'm going to tell you something. No, I think it's going to be too distracting. I got to tell you something. I'm tired. I'm tired. So at this time of year, I'm awake at like 5:30, 6 o'clock every morning. It doesn't matter what time I go to bed. I'm awake 5:30, 6 o'clock. And so I've been having some late nights because I just been working on things this week, and I was up till midnight last night and like midnight the night before, and I'm like, ugh, I'm tired, but like I'm cranky. You know what I mean? I'm cranky and I'm tired. So we're gonna keep this short because I want to go get a Coke Zero and drink a Coke Zero. And I want to go watch Survivor recaps in bed today. If anybody out there is like a Survivor nerd, please let me know. I am such a huge Survivor nerd, and I was behind on watching this week, so I'm like catching up on all the replays. It was drama this week. Oh my goodness. Okay, friends, we're going to get into a couple of questions that I have for us today. I have 3 questions we're going to be talking about. The first one is going to be about social media and social media marketing. And the reason I bring this one up is because being that I'm in the world of teaching marketing, teaching sales, entrepreneurs often say that like social media is my strategy. I'm going to use social media to build my business. I'm going to do social media. What does that mean? Social media is not a strategy. Social media is a tool, and it is one tool in your toolbox of your overall marketing and sales strategy. And so a lot of times folks look at things like just posting something. I'm going to post a carousel or a quote or a reel or a story. I'm going to post, and like, that's it. That's my marketing. And I'm done. And I kind of think of it as like, if you think of social media as a tool, you have a hammer and you have a picture, and the hammer is going to put the picture on the wall, right? But you take the picture and you take the hammer and you put it against the wall, and then you like watch, like go do your thing. And that's not the way it works. You have to lift, you've got to measure, right? You got to hammer it. You got to do the whole thing. You have to do it. So social media isn't building your business. You're building your business, but you're using social media as a tool. So how are we thinking about how you use social media as a tool? So I want to go into a couple of things that I've got written out here for us. And I will say that this is by no means an extensive full list of all the ways that you could do it, but just some things to consider, okay? So the first thing obviously is, which platform are you going to go on, right? We've got the Facebook, the Instagram, the TikTok, the LinkedIn, what am I missing? Threads, X, right? So we want to think about, first of all, where is our customer, our client, most likely spending time when they are in the mindset of being open to hearing from us, right? So for example, let me think of an example. Let's say that you are a DEI educator, a diversity, equity, and inclusion educator. You know, most likely you're going to want to be spending time on LinkedIn and leveraging LinkedIn and its available tools to you to build up your brand reputation, to make connections, to get introductions, to show yourself as a thought leader, as an expert in your area of knowledge, you know, sharing your own original content, reposting and sharing others. Again, there's a whole strategy, right? So the same people who would be looking at you to hire you to bring you into organizations on LinkedIn, they're absolutely also on TikTok and also on Instagram and maybe on Facebook. But is that where they're looking for someone like you, right? And that's where people can sometimes overlook that. Like, we are everywhere on all socials, right? But where are they looking for someone like you? So we first have to think about, okay, what platform do I want to be investing in? Because you don't have to invest your time and energy and money into all of them. Which one do you want to be investing in based on where your customer, your clientele is looking for you? All right. And then you need to think about what kind of content do I want to be creating here? What kind of content makes sense to best connect to that consumer, right? What are they consuming? How am I creating content to meet them where they're at? And no, we get into things like content pillars. If you've not heard of that, that's just a way of organizing different types of content you're going to have. Like maybe you have a pillar that's based on entertainment and making silly little videos. And don't get me wrong, I love silly little videos. Nothing wrong with a silly little video. I love them. But maybe one is making something entertaining and fun. Maybe one is having something inspirational. Maybe one is educational. Definitely you want to have a sales and list building pillar, right? So just kind of thinking about how you're breaking your content up into containers, into brackets. This is going to go a long way in helping you not feel overwhelmed in creating social media. It's going to help you batch create your posts. And it's just going to organize all the brilliance that's in your brain, right? Because you got a lot of brilliance up here. So how are we parsing that out into different categories and creating corresponding content for it? We need to be thinking about our calls to action, right? What do we want people to be doing from this content? And based on those calls to action, we need to be thinking about any funnels or automations that we have attached to those calls to action. If you're telling someone, if you're wanting to use social media to build your email list, for example, do you have a clear way for people to get on your email list when they click on links? This link's in your bio, when they go read about you. Is there an obvious place to get on your email list, right? We want to be thinking about our bios and how we are writing them strategically based on what we want the person to know about us and what we do, right? And we have to consider the tone of the platform we're on. Is it LinkedIn, where it's a bit more serious and corporate? Is it TikTok, where it's much more personal? Is it Instagram, where it's personable but still strategic if you're a business owner, right? And then we want to think about what kinds of content we're creating. Are we doing stories, live videos, pre-recorded videos like short form videos? Are we sharing, repurposing blogs, YouTubes, podcasts into snippets and then redirecting people to the main pieces of content? Are we doing static posts? Again, this is all like your strategy that you need to think about for a specific platform. And then you need to think about how that platform is being used in the overall strategy of everything. So for example, if you have a YouTube channel, how are you, and you're wanting to build your audience, you wanted to build your subscribers, you wanted to get more views, right? How are you using social media to share snippets of videos and then directing people back to follow you on YouTube, right? And what are you doing to entice people off that app onto YouTube? Right? So we're really thinking about how the social media is fitting into the overarching structure of your marketing strategy. What was I going to say here that made me think of something? Hang on, it's in my notes. Oh, ads. That's the other thing too, is ads, right? I just did a really fun little Facebook ads challenge, a little 4-day thing. Because usually if I'm doing ads, I'll get somebody else to do it for me. I'm like, you know what? Let me go and just learn. Let me go check it out. Let me understand how ads work. And it's actually so much simpler when you have someone guiding you through how to read like the Meta Business Suite and all that kind of stuff. But it's really brought up such a great point that I appreciated that they were teaching, which is that, posting on social media, and I say this all the time, posting on social media isn't what's going to grow your social media audience. It's what's going to nurture the people who are already there, right? And then again, if you strategically, it's going to help build your email list and direct people to other places, because again, the goal is to get people off the platform and onto your email list. So social media, creating posts is great for that, but that's not what's going to build your audience, right? So ads are a really great way to start building your audience, because you can be doing ads for visibility, you can be doing ads for list building, and you can be doing ads for selling, right? For purchases. And because I work primarily with the solopreneur, the service-based solopreneur, ads on social media are great for products. Like you can get quick sales on those, right? But when it's a service-based business, there's so much more trust that has to get built for. We have to create that visibility, get people used to seeing us, familiar with the kinds of things we talk about. Then we move them into that list building place. Let's get them into our email list. And then we're able to then retarget again with, here, sign up for this service or this program or this course or book a call with me, whatever, right? So it's very different when we approach things like ads and marketing in general on social media as a service-based business, and especially as a service-based solopreneur where it's all on you, versus a product, okay? So I'm speaking specifically to the service-based solopreneur right now. Using ads, even a $5 a day ad spend, right? Where you're just using it for visibility. You're taking a reel that's really popular that gives people, new people, a really good understanding of who you are, and putting $5 behind that, not boosting it, running it as an ad so you can set your targeted audiences, right? And starting to build that visibility up, and then running a secondary retargeting ad that then gets folks onto your email list, right? Encouraging them to sign up for your lead magnet, right? It's a really great way to leverage your time and your money, right? Your ad spend, so that you're not having to do so much heavy lifting to get your brand and your social media accounts in front of new people, right? Because as I said, posting content on your feed is shown to your audience, but how are we getting new people in, right? The other thing to consider with social media and how we're using it as a tool is social media is so much more than just posting original content, right? How are you using it to network, to connect? How are you using it to build up community by engaging with people in comments or on stories, right? Or on lives? Let me see what else. No, those are basically the two things. How are we doing it? How are we using it for that? And I don't mean like networking to try to sell in the DMs, although that is a strategy and it's a valid strategy. That's fine, right? That's not the end of the world. Hang on, I realized that my wrong comments were on in case, okay, I want to make sure I didn't miss a comment. Anyways, you can sell in the DMs. That's a strategy. But how are you DMing to build relationships, to connect with other people in your industry where you might be able to do some cool collaborations together, right? Again, we're looking for people with shared audiences who do different work than us, right? Where are you using it to connect with other leaders and get onto some phone calls and build relationships with people who can be potential mentors, open doors to new opportunities for you, make introductions for you? Where are you using social media to connect with people that you just really like and you want to get to know and build a friendship and a relationship with, right? Social media is so powerful for building out our networks and our connections and our relationships. And then again, don't just think, how am I posting and leaving? Am I going live and inviting people to join me live to do interviews with people, talking about those collaborations I mentioned earlier, or just hang out with me and we're hanging out in the DMs and chatting, right? How am I using polls and Q&As and things like that in the stories to get engagement? And I'm not talking about engagement for engagement's sake, right? You need to understand, as a service-based solopreneur, right? Your audience, your customers, your subscribers, they're like your community. These are the people that you're building relationships with, right? They will potentially be customers, right? Or clients. They will be cheerleaders and super fans. They'll be referrers. They'll spread the word about how friggin' amazing you are. And they're going to also feed you just as much. Like anytime I am live with my community, paid or unpaid, anytime I'm hanging out with my community, oh, the way that it feeds my soul, the way that it nurtures me, because the work I do is with these people, with these entrepreneurs, helping them grow their businesses, grow themselves, grow their connections, grow their reputation, right? Like the work that I do, I freaking love it. So when I get to be up close and personal with the people in my community, it feeds me so much, right? So it's not just about getting engagement, getting followers, getting leads. How are you building relationships? How are you building community, right? So we talked a little bit about some of the things to consider when you're starting to put together a social media strategy. One of the things that I think is also really important is the idea of batch creating and scheduling. And I know this is something that we hear all the time, and this is something that I think people really underestimate, because what we want to avoid is you scrolling. We want to avoid you scrolling. We want to avoid you constantly being on the app, right? I would rather you spend 90% of your time on the app, not of your time in general, on the apps, engaging, connecting, chatting, right? And very little time actually posting and very little time actually scrolling, if we can help it, because nobody needs that kind of drama in their life. So a great way to do that is to pre-plan out your content based on those pillars, right? Based on what you got going on in your business, and then batch create everything and schedule it, right? Facebook has a great great like in-house scheduler that you can be using, right? Free up your time is what we're looking for. And then this idea of over posting. Again, remember that we said that posting a lot is great for nurturing your audience, your existing followers and subscribers and community members, but it's not necessarily going to grow it. And so don't think that you have to post so much. What else can you be doing to be driving people to your social media? When you're networking, when you're on a podcast, when you're being interviewed, when you're creating other forms of content, right? How can you be directing people back to your audience, to your social to follow you? And then, as I said, how can you leverage visibility ads to also help with the heavy lifting of growing your audience? And I mean, there's other things you can be doing too. Like you can run contests. I've seen people do that. Contests can be a bit hit or miss because you typically will get followers, like 95% of the followers will be there for the contest and then we'll just immediately unfollow. But you will get some because it is a great way to, again, grow some visibility, grow some brand awareness. But you really want to think about, who am I partnering with to do these contests? And am I making sure to get in front of the right audiences? Because there's nothing more, I think, disheartening for an entrepreneur than running a contest on social, getting a bunch of followers, running a contest, that gets a bunch of email subscribers, and then having everyone immediately unsubscribe or unfollow, right? Because they were just there for the contest. It's the nature of doing those kinds of things, and it's going to happen, but that's why we want to make sure, man, that's a lot of work to put in that kind of stuff. Let's make sure that it's going to be really aligned, and the odds of you getting the right kind of followers, the right kind of email subscribers is on target there. So we talked about ads already. I'm just thinking about anything else here I want to cover. Oh, I talked a little bit about how you should be using social media to build your email list, right? And you're going to hear anyone in marketing and sales tell you the exact same thing. This is not new information, which is that when they're on the app, they're not yours. They don't belong to you, right? Anybody that follows you at any time, so since I started running ads, I have been getting hit up by so many bots and spammers with threatening messages that my account's going to be closed and this, that, and the other. And I keep getting my two-factor authentication. Oh, here's the code to reset your password. Here's the code to reset your password. Because everyone's coming out of the woodworks now to try to get into my account, right? If you don't have your two-factor authentication turned on, please turn it on. Absolutely everything. I know it's a pain. Hang on, I'm going to rant for a second. I know it's a pain to go to your phone and get the code and put it in. But I'll tell you, you lose access to your website, right? Your any financial accounts, your social media accounts, all of these things, you're going to be dying, all right? So my point is that it just takes someone hacking into your account and you've lost everything. Or, if there's a million glitches that could happen. And we know because we see what happens when the whole platforms go down in general and people are panicking, right? When they're on social media, they're not in your world. You're in Zuckerberg's world, right? You're in their world engaging. So you want to bring people into yours, into your email list. So you really want to think about, what is your list building funnel? What does that look like? Having a lead magnet is awesome if you know how to use it, but you don't need one. You can also just say, join my email list for XYZ, and really thinking about, what would people want from your email list? Everyone's got an email list, right? And we get emails all the dang time. Your email list is not about selling. And don't get me wrong, absolutely let people know that you're there and available for purchase, for buying or working with or whatever, right? But your email list, again, back to that, my comment earlier, it's your family, it's your community, right? It's your business family, whatever you do. If you're a sleep coach, right? It's your tired sleep coach family, right? If you're a personal trainer, it's your fitness lover family, right? If you're a book cover designer, right? Carolina, if you're a book cover designer, these are your author families, right? It becomes a part of your community. And so we want to think about the email list as these precious relationships with members of your family, of your community. And so it's not about selling, because people will get off your list, right? That's not what they want. What kind of content, what kind of emails are you sending out that's building these relationships, right? Are you getting replies? Are you getting people telling you, writing you back and saying, oh my gosh, I needed to hear this today. Thank you so much. This is exactly what I've been feeling. Or, oh, because of you, I had the confidence to XYZ, right? Your email list are your love letters to your family, your community. So do you have a lead magnet? And if not, that's fine. But do you at least have an email list started? And then how are you using social media to pull people onto your email list? So really thinking about, why would someone join my email list? Who would be connected to me? And why do they want to hear from me, right? So like on my email list, the emails that I send out that always get the biggest replies are things where I'm letting people off the hook, right? So I sent an email out on Monday because I have a really fun new membership started. It's called the Ick Free Sales membership, and I'll tell you about that in a little bit. But I'm starting this membership and I wanted to have it launched by Monday, but I was really tired last week. Sorry, that was loud. I was working so much and I was so tired, and I had all these events, and I went hiking for a really great hike, and then I went out with another friend, and by Sunday I was like, all right, Sunday I'm going to get everything done and launch. It's going to be great. And Sunday came and I was exhausted, and I kept falling asleep and napping, and I ended up just watching Doctor Who all day. Series 9 is a banger. Anyways, and I just was chilling all day. I was too tired. And so I sent out an email on Monday and I was like, oh, my bad. I messed up. But what I said was, I didn't mess up on not getting this done sooner. I didn't mess up on XYZ. I messed up on taking on too much back here and not accounting for the fact that I need to rest because I'm a human being, not a machine, right? And so I wanted to reinforce for people, it's okay if you miss deadlines, if it's not going to make or break your business or not going to really like harm somebody or kind of screw someone over, right? It's okay to extend your deadlines. It's okay to be a human and rest when you need to rest and just to have things come out later, right? And I got so many responses to that because people were like, I needed to hear that. Thank you so much. I've really been stressed. I've really been pushing myself, right? You're right. I need to take on less. So those kinds of emails, I'm not in here selling. I'm not in here like necessarily every week being like, here's a new business tip for you. It's more like, hey, let's just get real about the entrepreneurial journey, right? And that's my kind of content, is always the content that gets the most replies. So that very long-winded story is to say, what kind of email content are you creating? Don't be so literal, right? Just because you do specialty A doesn't mean that you can only create content around specialty A. You can also talk about life experience B and funny story C and random fact D. I don't know where this ABCD is coming from. But you know what I mean? Don't be so literal, right? And think about that relationship. So all that to be said, how do you do it? How do you get people off social onto your email? How do you do it? Okay, a couple of things. Let people know that your email community exists and the type of content you send out, right? Throw it into your stories. Have a little thing there for people to put their email in so you can go and add them, right? With consent, obviously. You all know you can't just add people to your email list, right? You all know that. Somebody told me the other day that they thought if you went to a networking event and someone gave you their business card, that mean they had permission to add you to their email list. They literally thought that's how it worked. No, again, no fault that they thought that's how it worked. No, you can't just add people. You have to give them a link to sign up or ask for their permission, right? It like literally is breaking like the law at this point. You can't do that. Can I tell you? Because I did that. I met this person and he was quite a bit older. And so, I'm not saying that older people aren't tech savvy, but when you can meet someone, they're just not tech savvy, and someone told them to do this thing, so they're doing this thing. And he added me to his email list, but I think it's just like a Gmail, and he sends out emails because there's no way for me to unsubscribe. I can't click unsubscribe anywhere. I think it's just an email. And it's content I really don't care about and doesn't apply to me. And I feel so bad because now I have to write to him and say, I'm sorry, can you take me off of your email list? It's like, I feel like I'm rejecting him. Please don't add people to your email list without permission, okay? That being said, so in your stories, how are you promoting your email list? You know, if you have a lead magnet, how are you promoting it? Is it in your link in bio? When you're creating, this is not related to social media, but when you're creating content on YouTube. I'll share mine right now with you. Hang on, watch this. Check this awesomeness out. Let me see if I can do this here. Yeah. Okay, so here's an example of mine. There you go. So this is going to give you access to one of my lead magnets, which I love. Hang on, I just turned on Siri. And it is 20 ick-free sales scripts. It's actually sales conversation starters. How do you get sales conversations started in a way that doesn't feel gross, right? So you can be sharing your lead magnet when you're speaking live, when you are creating blogs and YouTubes and podcasts. You can have the links available for people and you can mention it, right? On your I should send you another thing. I'm going to get you another thing. Hang on. I'm going to get another tool because I have this thing called what is it? It's like a lead magnet sharing, or you can do it for your email list. It's a sharing checklist. There's 33 different ways to share your email. Give me a half a second to pull this up for you, because this is also really handy. Let me try this. I gotta think of what I called it so that I can pull up the right thing. There it is. Perfect. I can share my screen, right? I'm going to share my screen with you so you can see what I'm talking about as we're going through it. I love it. Okay. Let me share this with you. There's no opt-in for this. You can just, the downloads aren't working, FYI. Oh, what does that mean? Okay, Mel, I'll look into that. Do you mean like once you get it, it's not working? Let me pull it up. Hang on. Yeah, tell me what you mean by the download isn't working. But in the meantime, this other thing I want to show you, let me share my screen. Technology. Share screen with 2 monitors. Okay, well, let's try doing it with 2 monitors. Okay, hang on one second. Let's do, if we do entire screen 2, share, perfect. And then if I pull this up over here, perfect. Okay, so this is my ick-free download isn't there. What does that mean? The download isn't there. Like are you like when you put your email address in, it should then send you an email with the download. Are you getting the email with the download? I'll look into it in a second. Anybody that is, send me a screenshot. And anyone that is watching, if you want me to send it to you, just put your oh wait, is that privacy things? Throw your social handle in. I'll come find you and I will send you the link so you can get it. Anyway, so what I'm sharing here now. So these are all the ways that you can share your lead magnet. And so again, if you don't have a lead magnet, it's fine. Just say your email list. Get on my email list is the same as get my lead magnet. Okay, so interchangeable. But these are all the different ways. Can I make this bigger? That you can be sharing. And I love this because, did that make it bigger for you? Like, is it on your homepage? Is it on an exit pop-up on your website, right? Is it on all the appropriate pages of your website? Your LinkedIn profile, on LinkedIn articles, on your Facebook page. So you can see it literally take you through, right, the bottom of your blogs. Do you reference it on your YouTube banner? Now, that actually has since changed because, anyways, don't worry about it. We won't go into it right now. Is it in your email signature? Social media posts, when you're doing your revenue generating activities. If you don't know what those are, that's just the activities that you do that generate revenue in your business. Hang on, I'm distracted because I can see things coming through on my phone. Is that the screenshot coming through now? I'm like, why isn't this thing working? Anyways, it's going to bug me because I've been telling people to go get these scripts. It's going to bug me if it's not working. Anyways, I'll look into it. Okay, so I shared this with you so you can go ahead and grab it. But when we think about your email marketing, I'm all over the place today, and I love you guys for coming on this journey with me. Email marketing is still one of the most effective ways of marketing yourself, of marketing of sales, of getting your brand, your business, your programs, products, services in front of the people who are looking for you. I'm going to share what the ebook looks like in just a second. Anyways, so when we talk about this, when we talk about the marketing and sales, you ever say this to yourself? How do I convince people to work with me? How do I convince people to buy from me? I hear it all the friggin' time. Your job is not to convince people. It's to get in front of the people who are looking for you, right? And so we want to think about with email marketing, if you are getting the email list subscribed in front of the right people and they subscribe, it's because they are looking for you. They want to hear from you. They want to know what you got going on, what you've got to say, right? And then when we're building that relationship and then we're letting folks know, hey, here's this thing you can purchase. Remember that people purchase if and when it's right for them, when we're not using manipulative tactics. Okay. So then we're able to say, hey, if that was the right time, here's this thing, right? This is always going to be the most effective way because you have an engaged email list, people who want to be there. Does that make sense? It's always going to be hands down better than ads, better than, organic marketing. When you've got people on your list, you've got a more engaged audience of people who actually care what you're there to talk about and what you're there to sell. So use this checklist as a way to start getting people onto your email list, all right? And get those relationships going. Get them off social onto your email list. I want to quickly see if I can show you what this ebook looks like. Give me just a half second to see if I can pull it up. Give me a half second. What's it called? What is it called? I have like 80 million scripts. Yeah, this is it here, or scripts, 80 million files. Okay, let me show you this. Is it opening? Yes, it is. Oh, it's so cute. I can't wait to show you. Okay. There we go. Okay. So can you all see this? Yes, you can. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. So look at me, I'm adorable. Okay, so here's the sales scripts. I got a little ebook for you. I just kind of take you through, but you'll notice here, can you see, is this too small? Can you see how these aren't hyperlinked? Oh shoot, my bad. I should have hyperlinked those. Okay, I'm gonna go in and fix that and hyperlink. But put hyperlinks in your stuff where people can follow you, right? And I kind of give people, I set the stage for what consent-based marketing and sales looks like, what it feels like, what it is, right? And then I get people to watch a couple of YouTube videos on my consent-based selling process to really prime them to be in that mindset, right? The biggest thing with sales, with people who are freaked out by sales, grossed out by sales, avoid doing sales, is I have to get you out of the mindset that selling is icky and get you to see it as selling as a service, right? People want what you've got. But in order for them to get it so that you can impact them and change their lives, they have to know that you exist and they have to know that this thing is available for purchase, right? So I need to get you to shift out of I'm manipulating and convincing people into people are looking for me. They're looking for me right now. How do I get in front of them and say, hey, when you're ready, I'm here. I gotcha. Okay, so I take you through a whole process to help you get into consent-based mindset. And then we get right into the scripts. And I love it. Like this first one, are you open to, I don't know if you can read this, if it's too small for you or not, but are you open to, one of my favorite questions, what a way to start a conversation, to make an ask, right? I say things like, are you open to introducing me to XYZ? Are you open to including me in this? Are you open into collaborating this year, right? Are you open? Fantastic question. Anyways, then I get you to go through, make your own examples. Next question, would you like to know more about, right? I use this one whenever, this is a great one whenever you want to should on someone. Oh, you should watch this. You should join me here. You should do this, right? This gets us out of the shoulding on people. Would you like to know more about? Would you like to know more about my office hours? Would you like to know more about my membership, right? Not you should join. So let me figure out why that opt-in isn't working. Like I said, if you just DM me comment your social, I'll come find you and I will send you the link to be able to get this. But super cute, right? Super cute little ebook. Super helpful. I had somebody write me, and she's been in business a while, and she wrote me and she's like, this is hands down the best sales tool I've ever seen. And I was like, that makes me so happy. But I've been doing sales for a long time. I've been teaching this specific strategy for 20 years now. And I developed it. I was like a super duper, still am a super duper business development nerd, right? Nerd for all things marketing and sales. And I just was so freaking grossed out by the way that people were being taught to manipulate and coerce and trick and pressure and guilt, or even play with their happy emotions into buying instead of just marketing and selling ethically and responsibly to the people who needed you. Anyways, so yeah, I created my whole own ass system in my 20s. and I've been teaching it ever since. All right, let me get my notes back up. So we've talked, hang on. There we go. So we've talked a lot already about things to consider when social media marketing. We've talked a bit about one of the purposes of social media is to get people onto your email list. The other purpose is obviously to nurture your audience. The other purpose is to test out content ideas. Like there's so many purposes, right? All of these tools that we have, they're like the what is it? The Swiss Army knife of marketing. They all have multiple tools that you can pull out, right? It's just understanding how to use them, right? So build that email list. One other thing I want you to consider when you're building your email list, if you have that lead magnet, right? If you have that just general opt-in to my email list opt-in, there's going to be two components to that, right? There's going to be the initial welcome sequence, that automated welcome sequence that goes out. And then there's going to be the ongoing nurture emails like I send every Monday and sometimes on a Friday. I might send one out today this afternoon, right? So thinking about for yourself on that initial email sequence, how are you welcoming people into your world, right? What does that first email say? That second email say? How are you starting to build that relationship, that know, like, trust, letting them get to know you a bit, sharing some of your favorite pieces of content with them, your most popular pieces of content that you've created with them? How are you encouraging them to engage with you? Reply to this email, click here, do this survey, right? Tell me about this. Right? So really thinking about that welcome sequence, again, it's not a sales funnel, right? It's a list building funnel. A sales funnel is very different when there are specific sales emails that people have opted into, but this isn't that. This is a welcome sequence. This is welcoming them to your world. So really kind of consider that. And again, oh my gosh, you guys, I could go so deep into this because there's a whole strategy behind it, because you got to think, okay, subject lines, length of email, where I put my links, to include images or not to include images. How frequently should I send that welcome sequence? I like to do every 3 days. Sometimes I'll do 3 days, 4 days, 8 days, right? And you play with that. And how you play with that is you test and then you look at your analytics. What is your unsubscribe rate, your open rate, your click-through rate, right? So all of these things, again, if you're new to this world of online marketing, digital marketing, it's not just, let me write an email, la-di-da. We have to also look at the analytics. What are people doing? What is the behavior of people? Are they responding? Are they engaging? Are they opening? Are they unsubscribing really quickly? All right, tells us a couple things. We're either sending too many emails, the emails are wrong, it's not what they want, or it was the wrong person in the first place, right? Unsubscribes aren't necessarily a bad thing. Like, they're really not a bad thing. Like, unsubscribes, unfollows, it's just data. It's telling us that person wasn't on this list or following us. There wasn't the right person. There was a misalignment, right? So again, we don't want to avoid the unsubscribes or avoid the unfollows or be disappointed by them. We need to use them as a gauge for how much we are actually connecting to the right people versus the wrong people. All right. I'm not saying that people are wrong. I'm just saying that they're not here because they want what we've got. They're looking for something else. All right. Guys, how long have I been talking? 40 minutes on this. If anybody has any questions, y'all know you can ask questions. If you've got your own tips that you want to share, please do. You can see how the nature of digital marketing, of online marketing, you start pulling a thread and you see how everything is connected. Social media is just one tiny piece of your overall marketing strategy, and it all needs to be connected. And so we have to think about, how am I using social media to get on my email list? How am I creating an appealing and attractive email list opted in the first place? How am I welcoming them? How am I ongoing nurturing them? When it is time to sell, how am I selling, right? It's a whole strategy. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. I'm going to wrap this one up. If you got any questions, please throw them in. But otherwise, I'm going to wrap up this one and go into our next topic. And that is... This is, honestly, can I tell you, I don't know why, this one kind of annoys me, and it shouldn't. It really shouldn't. That's my job as a teacher. So when you're in a situation to make an ask, stop asking people to build your business for you. And I'm going to tell you what I mean, okay? A lot of times in networking organizations or situations, there is an opportunity for us to ask for help, right? And even when we're having a one-on-one networking call, somebody, almost always people will say, how can I help you, right? And time again, I see entrepreneurs say, help me spread the word about this upcoming event. Help me spread the word about my new program. Help me get more clients. Okay, I want you to really think about what we're asking when we ask that. We're asking this person to stop what they're doing and start promoting our stuff to their audience, right? Or think about who might they know who would be a good client and then making this introduction. And here's the thing that's like really irks me, because if you think this through, if you actually wanted that, then what you would say is, if you would like to help me share my event, please give me your email address. I will send you some swipe copy and graphics to make it easy for you to share. And if you don't know what swipe copy is, that's things like pre-written emails or pre-written social media posts that people can just copy, change a few details to make it personal, and then paste, right? We would share the links, we would share the graphics so that people can just share. But we don't do that. Well, see, I need to get the word out. Oh, hang on, Melanie. I took a risk and put on the universe a free seminar as a declutter coach. 20 tickets were all gone in 2 days. But I heard from, hang on, I'm going to show this. But I heard from about 9 people who subscribed to my list to hear, I heard from, that they want to hear. Yes, Melanie, fantastic. So they want to hear about future ones. I love that. Oh, I love that. Congratulations on taking the risk. A free seminar as a declutter coach. Yes. You know what's so funny? I was talking about somebody else. I don't know if I have met you. I have met a few declutter coaches recently. Oh, and I met a VA, a VA who does business decluttering, like your business stuff decluttering. It was after watching you. I love it. Amazing. Declutter coaches are, oh, I know why. Because I was talking to a friend. Where are you, who she's got ADHD and she needs the support. Where are you based, number one? And number two, can you see, I'm still always working. I'm always working. Number two, can you work virtual or does it have to be in person? Do me a favor. Will you share your website with me, please, in the chat so I can get it and I can save it to potentially share to people, because ABN, always be networking. But you can see here how I asked, where do you work? What is the link? How can I best support you? Right? I'm in your entrepreneur course. Oh, oh yes. Okay, so you're coming up. Wait, are you watching the replay? I'm like, I know you. Are you watching the replays? Yeah, and you work. That's supposed to say virtual, right? And I work entirely virtual. That's supposed to say virtual. Okay, now my brain is like melting. Are you watching the replays or are you coming in an upcoming one? Yeah, okay, you're watching replays. That's why. I'm like, I know you, but you know how it's like your picture here looks different than the one I think I'm used to seeing. Yes, fat fingers. I have like iPhone hand in this one hand, and so it's a little like I can't, like, if you ever see me go 1, 2, 3. Okay, now watch this one. 1, 2. I can't do it. It's so bad. Oh, I gotta work on stretching these fingers out. So I'm like iPhone hand. If I ever write, it's like literally chicken scratch. Okay, share your link with me, please, so I can send it to people, because yes, ADHD people need help with decluttering. And this is exactly my point here. Yeah, the ADHD brain races too fast. I know. There was, okay, I'm going to talk for just a quick second. It was a funny like TikTok or a meme or something, and it was just talking about the curse of ADHD when we figured out what you were going to say after like the 5th word into your sentence, and now we're just sitting here trying to not interrupt you for you to finish a sentence so we can like keep going. When you got a brain that is pattern seeking and works so quickly. Okay, back to what I was saying. So if you're going to ask people to promote something for you, to share something for you, you need to make it easy, okay? You need to be saying, here's swipe, give me your email, I'll send you swipe copy so you can just copy and paste, I'll send you a graphic, I'll send you a link. So if you genuinely are, that is your ask, I need eyes on this. If, who's willing, if you're willing to share, would you please share your email and then I'll send you some stuff, right? Same with if you're saying, who do you know who needs a bookkeeper? Who do you know who needs a declutterer, right? That's too vague. That's too general. You're asking people to stop their own whirlwind of chaos that's going on here and think about the random person that they might know, right? So instead, what you would say is, I am looking for people who would like to be referral partners. This is what I do. If that's you, let's book a call. Right? And then go on a call, get to know each other, build a relationship, and then be very clear. This is who I work with. This is who I'm looking for. Does anyone come to mind? Right? And then would you be open to, back to that earlier script I shared, would you be open to sharing it or making an introduction? Right? And if nobody comes to mind, that's okay. Then I might say, is it okay if I send you my bio and a quick checklist of the people I'm looking for and my link? And so if you come across someone, you can easily copy and paste my bio and link and make an intro. I have a whole document full of my common people that I refer out, their bios and either their LinkedIn or website linked. It links. It's always there. So when I make introductions, I just go copy, paste. You guys need to know each other. Off you go, right? So if you're going to ask that, if you're going to say, I want to get eyes on my event, who do you know? I want you to really, really think that through and how you're going to make it easy, okay? But the other thing is, don't stop there, right? Because that can really be a wasted opportunity. Whether it's in a networking situation, in a group. Oh, thank you. I still need your link though. Get me your link. You can share it in the Facebook group too. Whether you're in a group networking situation or you're talking to somebody one-on-one, you could think about, what do I need right now? Like who am I talking to? Who's in this room? What do I need? Do you need a referral to somebody or a reference or a resource or a tool of some sort? Do you need an introduction to something, right? Let me see what else I have for ideas. Oh, do you want to get speaking opportunities? And you can ask for an introduction for a speaking opportunity. Oh, did you share it above? Sorry, hang on, I didn't see it. I don't see the link. Did I see the link? I don't see the link. Okay, I'll come find you after, Melanie. It's fine. I'll come find you after. Okay, do you want to get onto more podcasts, onto a summit, onto a panel, right? You can say, I'm looking for more public speaking opportunities. Who do you know? Are you open to making an introduction? And again, always remember that if it's in a group networking situation, contact that person and talk to them after. It's going to be way easier to actually make something happen there in the moment, right? Than versus a big networking event. So just really think about when someone offers to help you or you have an opportunity to make an ask, stop and think about what you really need in this moment from this specific person and make it really easy for that to happen. All right, does that make sense? Any more questions on that? And always be prepared. This is something, I don't know why, I've been networking for 20 plus years and still it always surprises me when I'm networking with someone new and they're like, how can I help you, Lindsay? And I'm never prepared. I'm like, oh, I didn't even think about that. Be prepared. Be prepared for people to ask you that. Think about going in, what would I want for this person if they offered to help, right? And usually for me, it's an introduction. I almost always want introductions to people, right? For whatever, for speaking opportunities, for whatever. Like I'm always looking for introductions, right? So think about that, but also make sure you're asking how you can help them. Is there anything I can do for you? And I'll often tell people, is there anybody I can introduce you to? Because I have a huge network, right? Is there anyone I can introduce you to? Is there a resource or anything that you need right now, right? Again, I'm not going to offer to build your business for you. If you say to me, hey, will you share my XYZ? Unless it's really specific to somebody I know, probably not. Probably not. I have my own marketing calendar, right? Unless it's a collaboration, probably not. If you want to talk about doing a collaboration in 6 months to a year, for sure I will. Right? And so again, just really thinking about what you can offer and what you're asking for. Okay, what does this say? This says, I recently took a change and doing a guest blog on clutter on ADHD. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, Melanie. And this is supposed to take a chance. Took a chance at doing a guest blog on clutter and ADHD. I love that. Fantastic. Fan-friggin-tastic. Hell yeah. Send it to me. Post it in the Facebook group when it's done. Okay. By the way, if anybody is wanting to like come and hang out with me more, let me send you. Here is the link. This is the link to my Ick Free Sales membership. And Melanie, you're actually going to get access. So don't sign up yet because you're going to get access because you're in the academy. I just need this just launched. Okay. A resource site for adults. Oh, with ADHD. Okay. Yeah, I have seen that. Yes. Okay. Amazing. I love that. Thank you. So many ADHDers. Anyways, if you are looking to join my community, that is my Ick Free Sales membership. It's $9 a month. It's super cute. You get a new Ick Free, like consent-based sales script every week with a video walkthrough on where to use it, how to use it, a couple of examples. I have really cool guest speakers. We have a really great Facebook community. We do 2 lives every month. We have a co-working session every month, and we do a monthly action planning session every month. It's a really fun community. So yeah, come and hang out with us there if you'd like. And yeah, in the meantime, let's move on to our final question of the day, our final topic. The difference between referrals and affiliate marketing. The difference between having a referral partners and doing affiliate marketing, or having someone be an affiliate marketer for you, an affiliate for you. Let's get into that. This is another great way to build your business, get eyes on your work without you having to do all the heavy lifting, right? Many hands make light work, right? So if we think about the two, first of all, so referrals are generally people who refer you when they come across the right person, right? And this is again why it's important that we're building relationships with people so they know us, they know what we do, right? They vibe with us, right? So when someone comes across, they can go, oh, you need to talk to Lindsay. Oh, you need to talk to Melanie, right? And the thing is, people can't refer you if they don't know you. So you're building these relationships with people, right? These relationships that lead to referrals, right? And this is also, by the way, why I talk so much about the importance of networking. In your first 5 years, your priority should be networking, okay? Because you're going to be connecting with people who will be referrers, right? People who will be collaborators, leaders who will open doors for you, obviously customers and clients, business besties, right? And I will tell you, last year, I took a rest year last year. I still was working. I still was out and about and around, but I don't think I did a single sales call all year last year. I was tired. I was very busy throughout the pandemic, and I was just like, sorry. There's a thing that they do in America where they tap their caps and it means something with like the alt-right. So ignore that. I remember seeing that a couple of years ago on TikTok. Ignore that cap tap. Anyways, I take back the cap tap. But this is what happens when I'm tired. My ADHD runs amok. Okay, so I was so tired last year. I did nothing. Like, you literally couldn't pay me to get on a sales call. Literally. I just couldn't do it. I was done. So I only took what came to me, and my business was entirely sustained through referrals. It was all business that came to me. It was all referrals, right? Building your networks now is what leads to sustainable longevity in your business later, because the relationships you build now will continue to bear fruit for years and years and years to come, okay? Same with how you will do the same for your relationships. You will send referrals. You will open doors for them, right? And right back at you. Networking is huge. So if you're thinking of building out a referral network, it is going to start with networking and with building these relationships so people really like you and understand what you do, and those relationships will be nurtured over time, right? Affiliate marketing, on the other hand, that is when people are intentionally doing marketing on your behalf, right? So you might have a program or a course or something coming up, and they are intentionally including it in their newsletters, in their emails, right? They're creating social posts on it. They're creating content referencing it. And they have a special affiliate link that they're sharing. So that every time somebody purchases through that link, they're getting a commission, a percentage back, right? So referrals tends to be more in the moment opportunities. Hey, you need to meet so-and-so, right? Or maybe like for me, it's a client I'm working with right now, and I'm like, go to this person for branding, go to this person for Facebook ads, go to this person for SEO, right? So I have my referral network of people that I trust to take care of my clients that I send those out, right? So that's more in the moment, where affiliate marketing is more like a marketing strategy. There's a push towards, a final end goal here together. And so both are fantastic, because many hands make light work. It's making it easier for your brand, your business, your opportunities, your programs, courses, services to get in front of more people that you would probably not otherwise have access to. Or even if you do have access to them, it's just less work for you. So is anybody here, like, are they actively building out their affiliate partners? Are they actively building out their referral partners? What are your thoughts on that? Is it something that's even just a new concept to you, right? So for example, like I have my academy that Melanie is a part of, and it's not quite up and running yet, just because time is limited, but I have, hang on, let me show you what I'm talking about here. Hold, please. So this is my academy here, and man, I hope these links are working for you all. Anyways, and so folks are able to be an affiliate with me, so that when they share their specialized affiliate link to this, I'm stuck, an old RSD, maybe so afraid of rejection. Okay, let's come back to that. Okay. But yeah, when people share this link, and then people, like, they have their own affiliate link, when they share it, they sign up, they automatically get a commission. Like, it's fantastic. And what I love about it is it's like, I'm going to be super cheesy for a second, but I really do believe, like, by having affiliate partners, it allows us to, like, the whole rising tide lifts all ships, right? Or all boats, whatever that saying is, right? Like, your success is my success, and my success is your success. And that's what I love when you have really aligned affiliate partners where you are doing complementary work and you're into the same audience, right? You're able to, like, again, thinking about how you're able to serve your clientele, right? But also everybody benefiting. It's like a win-win-win, right? So this idea of affiliate marketing, how would you use it? What would you use it for? Do you have a program that you can offer an affiliate on? And remember how I talked about earlier about creating swipe files? Then we just create some swipe files. Here, copy and paste this and send an email out. Change it to how you'd want to change it for yours. Here's an image. Go ahead and throw it up on social media and change here's the copy. You can make it your own, right? How can we be making it easy for people to be affiliate partners for us, right? So there you go. Referrals, networking, and affiliate partners. We're talking swipe files, creating graphics, creating those customized links for people. There's software that does that. I use Thrivecart, right? And then having everybody refer and send affiliates out for these really aligned, awesome purchases. Let's talk a little bit about this RSD. Rejection sensitivity, is it dysphoria or disorder? What does the D stand for again? So afraid of rejection. So this is where tough love Lindsay wants to come out. And I say this with total love. Get over it. I know that's not realistic. But here's what I mean why I say that, okay? Because I get it. Don't get me wrong. I get bring it on. I get the rejection sensitivity because I am a little neurodivergent cowboy who is, especially growing up, was always saying the wrong thing and always reacting the wrong way and never getting the joke and being left out, right? And not... I was fortunate. I wasn't like bullied and I had friends, but like I didn't necessarily get invited to the same parties because I didn't really fit in. And I also, my flavor of neurodivergence was I was a super duper and still am rule follower. So all my friends were drinking and doing drugs and I was like, but that's illegal. And so I wouldn't get invited out because I wasn't doing these things. I'm gonna snort. I knew it was coming. I could feel the snort coming. Okay, so yeah, spoken like somebody grew up in the 80s and 90s. There was a meme today I saw that was like, I miss when being a millennial meant that you were young. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I get the rejection sensitivity. It's a real thing. So let's talk about this from a couple of different perspectives, okay? Hang on, 53 and just diagnosed last year. Makes so sense. The snort laugh. Is there like a short form for that? Like the snaff? The lort? Okay, listen, don't get distracted. Okay, so let's talk about this. So let's look at it from the perspective, first of all, of the healing, okay? The healing. Entrepreneurship. So my company name is the Radical Connector, all right? And the Radical stands for Radical Self-Acceptance. That's what that stands for in my name. Entrepreneurship is going to push all of your buttons. Marketing and sales is about visibility, putting yourself out there, dealing with, I'm not going to call it rejection, but in this case, I'll say with rejection, with disappointment, with deflation, with instability, right? With having to get betrayed and ripped off and having to learn these hard lessons, from learning to trust your gut, from learning to follow your instincts, from learning to be confident. Like, entrepreneurship is going to push all of your buttons, okay? And so there is a certain amount, a lot amount of work that's going to come and be required if you want to succeed in entrepreneurship, right? You're going to have to do the work. Whether that is, working officially with some sort of therapist or counselor, go for it, right? Reading books, talking to people, whatever is your flavor of healing and doing the work, but you're going to have to do the work. Right? So when I make a joke about getting over it, that's what I mean. I mean, get over it. What are we gonna live our whole lives out of fear of somebody else? I'm running Facebook ads right now, and they're getting some good engagement. They're getting some good likes. But the only 2 comments are for some random dudes. The first one calling me Rosie O'Donnell, because I guess he thinks that's an insult because we're both in bigger bodies. And then kind of makes fun of me a little bit. Okay. And then some other dude being like, well, that's just really obvious. No new information here. Like, okay, buddy. What was my point? My point was, if I was afraid of what some loser online thinks of me, I would never put myself out there. What am I going to not put myself out there because some idiot has an opinion based on his own misery and self-loathing? I have very specific content. I don't know what I'm looking for. Specific viewpoints on trolls. And to me, a troll is somebody who is living in their own misery. A troll is a deeply unhappy person whose misery is bubbling up out of them into the social media to other random strangers. But we cannot keep living our lives afraid of other people and what they might think or what they might say or what they might do. Okay? So when I say get over it, that's what I mean. I mean literally get over it. I don't mean push it down and suppress it. I mean do what you got to do to get over that ish, because we need to see you. You need to be visible. We need to get you out there so that you can help all these ADHDers, because Lord knows we need you, right? So we have to get to this point where we're going, what do I care what some person who is so miserable and so unself-aware that through a public profile is tearing somebody else down, when we can see their bare asses? This person needs help. Me, I just got to realize that's more about this guy than me, right? And just not even engage. So when we think about things like rejection isn't real, okay? Repeat after me right now. I don't care where you are. Say this, okay? People buy if and when it's right for them. Say it. Okay? People buy if and when it's right for them. It has nothing to do with us. Yeah? Our job is to be visible. Our job is to get in front of the people who are looking for us and then make it clear and easy for them to buy from us, right? To facilitate the exchange of goods and services for cash money or barter, whatever you want to do, okay? That's our job, all right? So if somebody isn't ready for it or it's not the right thing, it's okay for them to say no, right? We have to stop thinking it's them rejecting us. And I understand why we do think that, but we have to flip that switch. It's they will buy if and when it's right for them, right? Working with my awesome clients is so energizing. It outweighs the rest. Yeah. And it's not about sucking it up. That's why I was joking. I'm not meaning suck it up, walk it off. I mean, do the work, release that fear, right? Yes, people buy if and when it's right for them. Yep, learning to get over yourself. Yes. No, again, even that I want to say, that maybe that phrase works for you. If someone said that to me, that would feel a little bit harsh. If someone said, get over yourself, I'd be like, well, hang on. Because remember, we have the right to our feelings. Everything we feel, we're allowed to feel. We're allowed to have emotions. We're allowed to be human. We're allowed to have insecurities, right? But let's go deeper. Let's not just stop at, oh, I feel insecure. And that's it. Let's go, why do I feel insecure? Where does that come from? How can I reframe that? How can I build up my confidence, right? And when it comes to sales, marketing and sales together, it's not like you just flip a switch and all of a sudden you're the most confident marketing and sales person on the planet. No, it starts small. It starts small. Can I go live on Instagram or share a story with a poll and see if I get some responses, right? Can I send out an email and ask people to hit reply with a simple reply and let's see what happens, right? It starts small and then we build up from there, right? To going live randomly to strangers where I'm on YouTube right now, fully publicly live and just shooting the breeze with y'all, right? So we start small with that confidence, with those confidence builders, and we let it grow, right? So that's a little bit about, hang on, I'm gonna come back up to the question here. That's a little bit about the mindset perspective, right? There's the mindset perspective around rejection, right? Now, and I also talked to you about the people buy if and when it's right for them. But now let's talk about this idea of getting no's when we're asking for the sale. Because a lot of times people can be like, it's a numbers game. The more no's you get are just leading to more yeses. I actually don't ascribe to that philosophy. I very much believe if you are getting a lot of no's, something is wrong, okay? We are talking to the wrong people. We are talking about the wrong things. It's not problems or issues or needs that these people care about. They're not connecting to. We are offering the wrong program, product, or service. We are charging the wrong price, okay? There is something wrong in our business if we're getting lots of no's. All right. So if you are getting those, we need to hold up, right? Give me a call. Let's book a session. Like, let's talk about this. We need to look at what's broken because it's usually just a tiny little tweak that you can't see that you're missing, right? I say right a lot. Bear with me. It's how I recalibrate my brain. So when I first started my business, I was called the Networking Boutique. Oh, the cutest little brand. And I really was so passionate about teaching entrepreneurs how to grow faster and easier through networking. I had a fantastic brand. I had a whole suite of like packages. I was all over the place doing events and doing all this public speaking. It was adorable. Whatever. I don't mean to be, it was cute. It was a really cute brand. But the only people that were hiring me were people in the corporate spaces. I was coming in to do corporate talks. I was working with corporate employees because they understood networking, right? Also, there was people that would hire me to do public speaking coaching or confidence coaching because they were just picking up on my vibe and like, whatever you're selling, I want it, right? It was really cool. But I wasn't reaching the people I wanted to reach, entrepreneurs. Why? Because they didn't care. I was talking to the wrong problem. And so I kind of smacked my head against the wall on that one for about 2 years before I finally was like, Lindsay, what are they coming to you for? Right? Because I was changing my offering, I was changing my messaging. And then finally I had to realize they were coming to me for sales tips, for marketing tips. They didn't know, they were not confident in selling. They were not confident in marketing, right? And so I actually rebranded and I became the Radical Connector and I started shifting more into talking about marketing and sales and specifically consent-based sales, right? How do you make money? And then, boom, everything took off, right? Now, I still teach you networking. You heard me say it earlier. Networking is the number one activity. It's the number one marketing activity every entrepreneur should be doing in the first 5 years of their business, right? So there's a philosophy or a saying in business, which is that you need to sell them what they want and give them what they need, right? Or another way of putting it is meet them where they're at. You need to know what they're asking for. You need to know what problems and struggles they're connecting to and what they are wanting and needing and desiring, right? Just because you know, or I'll put it this way, just because I know they need to be networking more to open up more doors to them and get going, get some traction. Just because I know that doesn't mean they know that. And so if they don't care about that, how can I sell something they don't care about, right? So if you're getting lots of no's, we have to look at what you're missing. You're missing something somewhere, okay? And that's easy. We can fix that, right? Yes, you can start small. I love that. I love that. Okay, so officially, that is all the things that I have to talk about today. I'm happy to hang out and answer any more questions, or if you want to send me something funny that'll snort laugh with you too, I will do that. Yeah, I'm here to hang out for a bit more if you got more to say. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap us up. I shared already the link to and Melanie, I'll send you a separate link. I already shared the link to my free sales membership. If you want to come play with us, please do. Canadian Businesswoman Podcast. By the way, I should come on the podcast. Do you want me to come on the podcast? Can I tell you, friends, I have a podcast and I am the worst because I have been so busy. I've hired and trained 2 podcast people, and then both of them had like this happen in their life, that happened in their life, and they've had to leave, and I've not had time to hire and train somebody else and get them going. And I have all these great podcasts that need to get edited and published, and I love it so much. I'll get there eventually. Anyways, yeah, if you're looking for podcast guests, let's totally connect. So you've said here, yes, that's what I mean. Have self-awareness and know when it requires personal growth or when it's out of your control. Yes. Yes. So many things are out of our control, right? So many things. And it's important to know that distinction, right? Especially in a world that's gone crazy. There's so much out of our control. So what can we control, right? And that is where confidence also comes from, and also really good mental health, right? What is within my onus of control and what is outside of it, right? What did you say here? Yes, please. Hey, you have a great podcast. Oh, yes, really? That makes me so happy as I'm sitting here telling you my podcast is my shame. It keeps me awake at night. Let me get you all the link because it's a good podcast and I have so many good interviews that need to get edited and put up. What is it called? It's the Work Less, Play More podcast. Okay, I'm going to send you right directly to the Buzzsprout. That's where it's hosted and you can go check it out. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Oh my gosh, I love that so much. Fantastic. Yes, our latest podcast was from November 2023. I'm the worst. Before that was September. Do you know what I want to share? There's this one. Oh, there's so many friends. I'm telling you, this is such a good podcast. Here, this is a really good one. This one kind of goes with our topics from earlier today, and it is the 15 pros and cons of social media. Definitely have a listen to that one. And there's one I want to share with you that I really, it's a crowd favorite. If I have a crowd, let me find it. There it is. But it's 5 entrepreneur myths stopping you from making money. Man, this is a good podcast too. I go through the build it and they will come myth. I go through this idea that we think we have to work all the time. No, you don't. Yes, I love that. Okay, wait, what's this? Less mass decluttering coaching. If you look, I think YouTube is blocking you. Like, okay, it might be. I'm going to share it right now. So if anybody else wants it, you can get it. If anybody wants me to share your link, let me know and I'll pull it up for all of us. Coaching.com. Let me see if I can pull you up here. Gorgeous. Shared. All right. Is there anything else that I need to share on here? I think the rest of the links are mine that I've shared. Yeah. If anybody wants me to share your link, please let me know. I'll pull it up and share it right now. Brilliant. I've shared some podcasts. I love it. You know, I feel like you'll appreciate this. Mel. Is it Mel or Melanie? What do you prefer? You know, the nature of what I do, I meet so many friggin' cool entrepreneurs. And then sometimes I've like I know you, but I kind of forget. And so like I need that memory jog. I'm not going to say it's just an ADHD thing. I'm reading this really good book. Let me grab the link for you right now. Mel, that's what I thought. Okay. Let me grab this book. It's called Do Nothing. Has anyone else started reading? I listened to it on Audible. I'm a big audiobook listener. And it is so fantastic. But right now the author is talking about how our brains, right? The way that our structure is, our society is structured, whatever, the way that we've evolved, it's only to kind of live within the village and only know, you know, a couple hundred people or 100 people, or I don't know what it is, right? And it's to have close relationships with a small amount of people. And in the world today, because of the nature of how we exist, we are meeting so many people all the time. And it is not reasonable to expect ourselves to remember every intimate detail about each person that we meet. That's just not the way that our brains have literally evolved, right? It's not the way that they're designed. And so there can be this guilt around forgetting somebody or not remembering every little detail. And I just want to remind you that like, that's literally not the way your brain works. And it's okay if you need to say to somebody, I'm so sorry. I know you, but I've forgotten where I know you from, right? Yes. Please reach out. Yes, that'd be awesome. I love getting on podcasts. Heck yeah. Yes, add that to your reading list. It's such a good book. And just remember, you're allowed to ask people for a memory jog for their name. This comes back to, I grew up in the restaurant business, and so I used to know our customers by their food order, and it's kind of the same. I know people by their business before I know them by their face or name. It's just the way my brain works. And what do we say? Radical self-acceptance. It's all about radical self-acceptance. Stop fighting yourself. Stop fighting your brain, right? You work the way that you work. Start embracing that. That's important in your business, right? I love it. All right, friends, I'm going to get the heck out of here. I want to go. If you were here at the beginning of the live, you heard me say I'm kind of feeling a little tired, and I just want to go get myself a little Coke Zero and maybe go into bed and watch YouTube videos. I'm a big Survivor fan. And so I'm watching all of the debriefs and breakdowns from the latest episode because it was chaos. So yeah, I'm going to go get a Diet Coke a Coke Zero and drink Coke Zero and watch that in bed. And maybe I have some lunch too because it's lunchtime. That's it from me, friends. What do we got coming up? We have co-working happening. When is co-working? Oh no, it happened this week. We missed it. I will be back. You guys. Next week, shoot, I meant to have a little graphic for you or a promo for you. Okay, I will get it out right away. If you're not on my email list already, make sure you're on my email list. RuPaul Drag Race, nice. One of my besties is a RuPaul fan. I'm going to give you the link to my website. If you're not on my email list yet, get on my email list because I'm going to be sending this out. There you go. Next office hours, I actually have a special guest coming on, Madeline Cruikshank, and we're going to be doing live website audits. So she's a web designer, so she builds websites, and I'm the person who will help make sure that your website is like actually saying what we need to say, the copy, the flow, the calls to action, the funnels, right? And so we're going to be doing website audits. And so you can send us your website link. You can join us live. You can watch the replay. And so next month, I think, let me tell you the date. Hang on. Is it, what are we at? May already. We're doing May 17. Yeah, May 17th. So next month, Friday, May 17th, we're going to be doing live website audit reviews. We're not going to be mean or anything like that. This isn't like Dragon's Den or one of those things. What are the mean ones? But we're not going to be doing that. What's it? The Hell's Kitchen. It's not going to be like that. We're just going to go through and be like, okay, great. Here's some opportunities for where we can see some improvement here. Here's what you're doing really well. So yeah, that's happening May 17th, Friday, May 17th. So get on my email list so you know what's going on. What else is going on? Our next academy, we have 2 more Irresistible Entrepreneurs Academy happening before we break for summer. So you can find that out on my website as well. Our $9 membership is now launched, so you can come join our Free Sales membership. And other than that, I will see you online. I'll see you here. I'll see you online. And thanks for hanging out with me today, everybody. Have an amazing Friday and a fantastic weekend. Mwah. Big hugs and kisses. We'll see you all soon. If I can end my stream. Where's my mouse? Double screen. Where's my mouse?